Hey guys, recently I've been running into a lot of players who are either beginners or have been playing for a while but were completely self-taught, and they're still struggling with their passing. I've come up with a 3-item checklist that you can use before serve receive that is guaranteed to give you better passes. Hey guys, welcome back to the Better at Beach YouTube channel. My name is Brandon. Today we're going to be talking about a 3-item checklist that you can use before serve receive that is guaranteed to give you better passes. The first item on our checklist is hands and arms. One thing that we always want to focus on is when we're making our hands and we're putting them together, we want to put our hands together with our fingers perpendicular, and then we're going to align our thumbs. This should allow you to hold your hands together. We see a lot of issues sometimes with people not having an aggressive hold, or they hold in a way that makes their platform uneven. If you are able to hold in this way, it will allow you to push your elbow pits forward, which allows for a very, very flat surface. Some of us do not have the ability to do this, but I need you to make sure that you are at least holding your hands in the proper way and you are trying to extend your elbows as much as possible. One of the biggest issues that we see in beginners who are passing or people who have self-taught themselves how to pass is they, for no reason, bend their elbows and get into this type of stance. The issue with that is you start passing the ball at different points. One thing that I want you to focus on is once you get into your starting position, the next thing you need to think about is keeping your arms completely locked out. When your arms are completely locked out, it should allow you to put your hands together, finding that hold position, and then completing the pass without bending your elbows one time. The second item on our checklist is proper footwork, allowing our shoulders to stay square to the net. The footwork that I want you to use every single time that you are passing is going to be the same. We're gonna start with item 1. My arms are gonna be completely locked out. Once I decide to make my movement to one side or the other, depending on where the serve goes, it's going to be a step, plant, plant. My arms are still straight, then I would put my hands together, find that lock, and then complete the pass. If you notice, when I'm moving side to side, I am not bending my elbows. I do not need my arms to make this type of movement. So once again, the footwork that I'm using is going to be a step, plant, plant, allowing my shoulders to stay square to the net and make my pass seem simple. Some common mistakes that we see when people are just starting out, or if they're self-taught, is that their first step is a crossover. And if you notice, when I'm doing the footwork that I was doing before, my shoulders are able to face the camera the whole time when I have that step, plant, plant. If I do a crossover step, now I've closed myself off to this camera, which means that before I make this pass, I at least have to try to correct that, which is adding in an extra movement to where I don't have time. So that's why we see a lot of beginners pass the ball where their chest is not facing the net. So use the proper footwork and keep your chest towards the net. Item 3 on our checklist deals with the angle of our platform. In the last item that I gave you, I said that I wanted you to keep your shoulders square to the net. Now that we are keeping our shoulders square to the net, we need to think about angling our platform to get the ball to the setter's position. This will be different wherever you pass that ball. One of the big issues that we see when somebody is trying to pass is after they've made their correct footwork and they get stopped, they try to face where they are passing the ball. This is contradictory to everything you did beforehand with your feet. And more than likely, you are going to start passing the ball further off the net to where your setter started. We want to pass the ball to where we want the setter to end up. When you are working on the angle of your platform, you are still going to go through that step, plant, plant. Your shoulders should be square to the net or the server if they're right in front of you. And then instead of facing, we are going to drop our right shoulder, allowing this ball to pop off my arms and go to that setter's location. One of the biggest issues when dealing with beginners or people who are self-taught is making them realize that it is not your job to physically make your pass go to the setter spot. It is your job to create an object. That object is your platform that the ball can travel to, bounce off of, and go to a new location. I think a lot of the times we see beginners swing their arms a lot because they think that it's their job to push that ball to that location. Instead, what I want you to think about is getting your platform out early and allowing this ball to see that platform, give it the angle so that it bounces off your arms and goes to the new location. So that is our 3-item checklist to getting better passes. Just a quick review. Item 1 was holding your hands and having straight arms. Item 2 was using proper footwork and keeping your shoulders square to the net. And item 3 was finding your angle and trusting your angle. If you can practice those 3 things and be able to check them off each time you make a pass, I guarantee your pass is going to be settable. If you're interested in diving a little bit more into individual skills, please head over to betteratbeach.com where we have courses, we have camps coming up, we have blogs where you can find all types of drills and information, and so much more.